Apollo 11, this is the Launch Operations Manager. The launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed. Thank you very much.
Everything starts from here. On May 25, 1961, the new American President John F. Kennedy stood in front of the Congress building during the Cold War era and called,
"We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard."
Years later, astronaut Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin make Kennedy's dream reality when they planted their footprint on the lunar surface on July 20, 1969, and become the first humans ever to land on the moon and another world. Now, 53 years have passed since that day, and this is the story of the journey to the moon by Apollo 11 and returning to it by Artemis. Now we are back to Apollo 11 launch day, 53 years ago today. By July 16, 1969, NASA Kennedy at Florida has been filled with hundreds of thousands of people pouring into the area in cars, buses, boats, and planes ready to watch the Apollo 11 launch. The crew was transported to the top of the Saturn V, the three-stage rocket with 7.5 million pounds weight. A few hours before launch, everyone was excited. At 9:32 a.m. Eastern Day Time, the engines fire. The bright light of a rocket began to glow on the horizon, slowly rising up into the sky. People on the ground cheered and burst into the tours. About 20 minutes later, the crew is in Earth orbit. 3 hours after launch, the spacecraft left Earth's orbit and began the 3 days journey to the moon. And now, all too quickly to big day come around. On July 20th, 100 hours and 12 minutes after leaving Earth, Armstrong and Aldrin climb into the lunar Middle Eagle and begin to descend, while Collins orbits in the command module Columbia. Aldrin kept an eye on the instruments, which Armstrong was able to decode to the guide to the lunar down to the surface. The 5 minutes before they were due to touchdown, when they were 9,000 meters away from the surface, an alarm went out. What happened? Neither the crew have ever come across the error. 12:02 in their training. The dial indicated there were just 1 minute of fuel left in the tank. Armstrong had to use all his skills to choose the best obstacle for landing with low fuel, and he did. At 10:56 p.m., Armstrong is ready to plant the first human foot on another world. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for kind man. Millions of people watched this inspiring moment on their televisions. 20 minutes later, Aldrin joined Armstrong on the surface. After this amazing journey, the crew splashes down off Hawaii on July 24th. Kennedy's challenge has been met. Men from Earth have walked on the moon and returned safely to home. Now we are getting ready for Artemis. The Apollo twins back to the moon again.
As the Artemis generation.
We go.